This video will go down in history as one of the greatest videos I ever created, or I'll be eating my words. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin today. Now, the reason why I've had such a big transition around Bitcoin was 2023. The very asset manager, Larry Fink, the manager of the largest asset manager in the world, 10 trillion under management, bigger than most countries' GDP, went from in 2017, Bitcoin's used for money laundering, to 2023, it's a flight to quality. I knew in that moment there was something much bigger, which we'll go deeper in other videos, around my own narrative. Remember, this is just my narrative with my research. But right when BlackRock started getting involved, I decided to jump in. Now, I've been jumping in since July 2023, and I've been going all in on Bitcoin with many other alternative coins as well. But I'm going to share with you some key numbers that you need to know that may change your view on Bitcoin based on where our economy's at. 94%, 6%, 116 years, and 450 per day. 94% of the supply of Bitcoin is gone. 80% of the supply has not moved. Stop for just a moment. If you know anything about investing, if 94% of the supply is gone, that means that only 6% is left. Digest that for just a moment. What happens when there's only 6% of an asset left? Does it become more valuable or less valuable? It becomes extremely valuable. For the next 116 years, they'll be mining around 1 million Bitcoin. There's an interesting thing to think about. Financial systems or fiat systems or financial systems at large usually last about 100 years. Isn't that interesting? This will be mined for the next 116 years. And I didn't put another number. Every 4 years, it becomes more valuable because the rewards for mining it become less. So they cut them in half, the rewards, okay? So it makes it more valuable every 4 years. So we have 94% of the supply is gone, 6% of the supply is left. It'll be mined for 116 years. Now this is the key number right here. They mine 450 per day. Now if you were paying attention to the Bitcoin conference, this is where this number comes into play. Now, like I said, this video is going to age very well, or I'm going to eat every single word, and I'm okay with that. And I believe this is going to age very well. So they mine 450 a day. Cynthia Lumis was on stage, and she was talking about bringing Bitcoin underneath the treasury. She shared with us that by bringing Bitcoin underneath the treasury, she could shrink the balance sheet by 2045 in half. We're 35 trillion in debt. Well, how could you do that? Because you have an asset that 94% of the supply is gone. There's only 6% left. They mine 450 a day, and they want to buy 550 a day. Are you seeing where I'm going with this, guys? That means there's a gap of 100 Bitcoin. And where would that come from? You. You own the Bitcoin. So if you own an asset that only 94% of the supply is gone, 6% is left, it's only going to be mined for 116 years. They mine 450 a day, and the government wants to buy 550 a day. Wake up. It's time to wake up, America and world. This is either the greatest asset and the greatest trick played on humanity in time, or we're going to lose every single dime we put into it. Straight up. But I'm banking on the fact that this Bitcoin was created to solve the financial debt crisis and to bring us into a new economy. I don't know if it's by chance that it's going to be mined for another 116 years. And after that, you can't mine anymore. So me and my family, we're accumulating as much Bitcoin as we can. And we're going to hold it long term. We're not going to sell a dime. So these are the numbers right now. So you need to pay attention and stop listening to your uncle or your financial advisor that tells you that cryptocurrency is a fraud. It's now part of the presidential campaign. It's now something that can solve the debt crisis in America, and it may be one of the greatest missed opportunities in our living history. Warriors, rise, get your shit together, let's go.